wetin make you do me so, me body. Na na na, wetin I do you. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, now wetin make you do me so.
300 and something slaves that were intercepted from the illegal slave traders, and they returned them back as settlers to Sierra Leone, and they bought a piece of land from a local chief, King Naimbana. The place was called King Tom, that area, but eventually they started bringing more freed captives, and that place is what is called Freetown right now. In Liberia, you can hear the influence of calypso. This is a Sierra Leonean style that we call te bunte. The foremost instrument to start with is a guitar, acoustic guitar, but we have what we call the kunguma, some sort of thumb piano, marimba, but it's bass. You can find that in mento music, which is the old form of calypso, as well in the West Indies. And you have a penny whistle. This was brought by the slaves. It's the harmonicas and triangle, and of course, the African drum in various forms. You have the bottle. They usually hit it with a small piece of steak. That's just to keep the timing, because it's a simple form of music. The palm wine tapas, it was like informal, so even the music is very informal. People just talk about lives and what they've been through. There's so many different styles. You have the yaponsa. If you listen to the early forms of music, you can tell all the palm wine influences because of the sailors and the seamen and the fishermen. They were traveling all along the West African coast. You find so many different variations and accents. Then they went to Ghana, and that became highlife.
Nothing better past, nothing gonna be, nothing better past, mama gonna, nothing better past, nothing gonna be. Nothing better past, mama go know.
The music of the Ashanti and the related tribes is that the traditional court music has to be repeatable under scientific conditions. You know, it's actually like classical music because the drum parts all relate to language. Our drums became methods of storing our historical information as well as a vocabulary system by which we could talk over distance. Other instruments assumed other characteristics. The bamboo flute is an air instrument. The string instruments represent like the tongues of flames. The drums are traditionally our direct link with the earth, and the kalimba is what we call a water instrument because it ripples, and those four elements are covered in the sounds that we have.
I don't really know who gave the name High Life, but just before independence in Ghana, 1957, there were lots of Europeans in Ghana, and the bands used to play foxtrot and jazz and waltz and all those things. The richer Ghanaians and the politicians, when they had the dances, would be dancing to all these musical forms. So they had to arrange home music in a big band form, So what was like suddenly became jazz. It became jazz, and that's why it was called the High Life.
At long last, the battle has ended.
Ghana, Guinea, Mali Union has laid down a strong foundation for redemption of Africa, for which we've been strongly fighting. Ghana, Guinea, Mali, the nucleus of the great union. Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Africa's strongest foundation. Ghana, Guinea, Mali, the nucleus of the great union. Ghana, Guinea, Mali, has now once been laid forever.
For me, one of my greatest influence when it comes to high life music from Ghana was E.T. Mensah. Because he has a voice when I was a child that was really sensual for me. That for me, every time I hear it, Ghana comes up. He represents the Ghanaian music style for me.
Ghana, Guinea, Mali, the nucleus of the great union. Ghana, Guinea, Mali, has now once been laid forever.